Welcome to the Candid Corner. 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 Your number one spot for hip-hop, classic hip-hop, today's hip-hop. You talk about sports, you talk about Knicks, you talk about 76ers, you talking football, you talking about Giants, you talking Steelers. Your main spot for New York and Pennsylvania sports, baby. Right here. Coach Fire, Mr. Lewis, the Candid Corner. Real talk for real listeners. Yeah. Brought to you by Naptime Entertainment Media and the good folk over at Off the Ball Network. What up, y'all? We gotta get some guy up in the building. What's happening? We early. How y'all feel about 8 o'clock? We early.
Yes, we in the building.
You know what it is. Thank y'all for coming back, coming through, giving us that love and that energy. We darn sure appreciate it, y'all.
True indeed.
All right, so you see we got the grooves going in the back. We having some fun. It's time to get busy. This is the fun part of the show because we got Off the Board Network crew back in the building. Last week we tore it up with the football stuff, so now we got to go over the football stuff. So, without any ado, it's time to bring in the crew. Here we go. What is happening, everybody? Now, let me get this wonderful graphic out the way. Bang! We got Big Rob for Football and Chill Pod. We got Couch Coach in the building.
What up?
These gentlemen.
What up?
Yo, Big Rob, this is your first time here, too. We appreciate you, gang.
Yes,
I appreciate you having me on.
Yes, sir. Let me start trying to sound like the Susamiro. Big shout to that site though. Those who know. That's what we do. All right, y'all. So first and foremost, how y'all doing, brothers?
I'm doing good.
I doing
good.
Right.
I'm good.
Good, man. Another great opportunity to be here with the guys.
Oh yeah.
Coach Far and Miss Lewis. Always a great time being here.
And we're always blessed to have y'all, man. Yo, and big shouts Off the Board Network doing big things. I hear we doing fanatics things. We doing big website things and article things. Yo, y'all better be checking out offtheballnetwork.com. Go check out the majors. I mean, there's articles, there's blogs, there's everything, man. Yo, that's what it's saying.
We are strong.
Yes.
And mighty. All right, so since Rob wasn't here last week, I'm going to start with you, Rob. First of all, what was your overall feeling of Super Bowl weekend? The pageantry, the halftime show, the game itself. What's your overall vibe?
The halftime show was so much more entertaining than the game itself. It was overall a lackluster weekend. Somebody had tweeted it, or they had mentioned it on one of the talk shows, and said this was probably the most underhyped Super Bowl in recent memory. Usually, it's a whole week of and it could be, and it probably is because of COVID. Usually we have opening day or opening night. All the players and coaches are on the floor getting interviewed by, NFL Network, ESPN, podcasters, even some Nickelodeon kids interview players. So I think that was one of the big things that caused the lack of attention and build up throughout the entire week. And then when the game came, it was kind of it was a boring game, to be honest. It was a blowout pretty much from the start. The Chiefs could not get anything going. And it was just, like I said, the halftime show was a lot more entertaining than the actual game.
Yeah. I hear that sentiment, man. I do. What you thinking, Couch?
And I almost agree with Rob. I think the Super Bowl Monday was the one that I kind of missed because of us being in the media. That was kind of the creme de la creme definitely for me. I love media day. Okay. Honestly, the Super Bowl was lackluster. I think in the weird way, when we talk about a weekend, the best part was the NFL honors, where essentially you had the awards, and then my goodness, I ain't gonna front. I'm a 36-year-old grown man with gray in my beard. Well, Lord, when that Charles Woodson got inducted at Hall of Fame, I shed some tears. That boy was crying like crazy. I felt every emotion in that.
Now hold on to that, because we're gonna get into that a little later.
Yeah, but the game, it's funny because we hyped the game. It's probably the best quarterback matchup between the two that we've ever seen in the 55 years of the Super Bowls. But it didn't live up to the hype, and like you said, and even I didn't watch the weekend's performance, but yeah, I guarantee that probably was the best part of the Super Bowl because the game didn't live up to what I thought it was going to be like.
I hear you there. I do like it, Lou. I know there was no Steelers involved. So.
Well, I agree with the two gentlemen. Yeah, it was lackluster. I do feel the pandemic had a lot to do with it, but because ultimately, too, just the overall surrounding ceremonies and performances around the game were great, and they had some heavyweights and some heavy hitters, and I felt that, it should have hit way harder with way more promotion and all of that. And I want to give a shout out to The Weeknd. He did his thing, like I said a couple weeks ago on our show, on our radio station. He's one of the artists that we were playing on our station before anybody knew who he was. People would call in or request like, yo, play that boy that sound like Michael Jackson with the Dirty Diana cover. And now he's doing his thing. Now, I will say, I was kind of disappointed with the performance. Shout out to one of my high school homies. She said, that's what happens when you order the Michael Jackson halftime show off of Wish.com, which I thought was hilarious. But at the same time, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Incorrect.
Yeah. But, like I said, I like the NFL honors. I didn't tune into the post concerts. I should have, but I did not. And the game itself, I thought it was going to be more interesting. It ended up being a blowout. Like you, Coach Fa, I thought it was going to be a little closer. But no, it was just a full-on blowout, and the results were still that Tom Brady came out on top, like I said he would.
It was snooze fest, freaking fracking city. Like, even when they scored, it was like, oh, snap, something happened. Oh, you scored. Oh, wow. Interesting. I mean, it was, and, I appreciate y'all and the love y'all have given the weekend. First of all, before I even say that, big shouts to my big cousin, Junior. He's watching the show from Long Island, doing big things. What's up, bro? Love you. Thank you for your support. Now, let's get back to that boring behind halftime. I mean, it's like, are the kids watching? I hope no kids is watching right now. Have y'all ever had boring sex?
Perhaps.
Yeah, I have.
Perhaps.
And you know, halfway through, all of a sudden something happened, and you think it's going to get better, but then it just go better.
And it doesn't.
She still just lay there.
Yeah, like,
Yeah. Like,
that was just a sneeze or something. I thought, you know.
Oh, she throwing. Oh.
That to me was the halftime show because the game, the first half is, and then here he comes, and then it goes back to the game. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I mean, there was no. I mean, we made snacks, dude. I spent all morning. I slow roasted turkey wings, and if y'all had turkey wings, the real big turkey wings, y'all know y'all got to cook them things long and slow, or they tough. And not fun to play with. Nah, these things was fall off the bone. I made the own barbecue sauce, stewed them down. It was for that.
like the failed Coach Fall, like the failed kind of turkey wings.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
Oh, like the Ren Fair joints, huh?
Now, normally, if I didn't have blizzard conditions in my front and backyard, I would have smoked them.
Indeed.
Oh, Coach,
you know how you get down, brother.
See, Mr. Lewis know how I get down with the fire and coals. Now,
I want to know.
Big Rob, Coach, y'all coming to the queue.
As soon as COVID is over, I'm there.
Exactly. Because, you know, having a barbecue masked up is okay, but it's not the most funnest thing in the world. As soon as I get vaccinated, I'm going to tell everybody, like, come on over. Y'all can't get me sick, and I can't get you sick. So let's hit it. But, all right. So, yay, Tom Brady. But more yay, Mike Evans. Daggone Levante David, your boy Vita Faye. Yay. Yo, I mean, Bruce Arians, now you got your validation, you got your ring. There you go. Todd Bowles got you a ring, son.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That you mentioned Mr. Arians, can I also add special shout out to him? I forgot to mention last week that, yes, he is from York City, PA, where I'm at, and he actually went to my son's high school. So shout out to him.
Oh. All right. Family connections, Big Brucey. Come on through the show. Go meet Lou. Let's hit that. Yo, I mean, I'm really, really happy for them. And it's funny how Todd Bowles got a ring, but he couldn't get an interview with, you know, Knuckle, what is it, knee chompers and over there in Detroit. Yeah, I mean, that's funny to me. That's very hilarious. I'm going to be watching that team very carefully in the next coming seasons. But also, I have to also say, Eric Bieniemy, Spagnuolo, what in the heck happened, guys? Why did you let your team down? Anybody could pick up from that if you want
that
to.
Line. With Eric Fisher going down, that messed everything up. I think the left guard had to move to right guard, had to insert a whole new right tackle. So that whole offensive line was, and we knew it was going to be a problem going in. As far as the defense, it was the penalties. That penalties on that first or second drive when Tyrann Mathieu got in the face of Brady. And
come to find out it was Brady the one talking smack.
Yeah. That's just not something that you do. Not with Brady, not with the GOAT. You don't do that to him because once he gets in that mindset, once he goes to the bench and puts his head down and just looking at the floor, you're done. Matt Ryan knows about it. You know, everybody knows about it. Don't do it. Just don't. But that line was the biggest thing, and not even just the line. Two of those throws where Patrick Mahomes just kind of threw it up, and especially the one where he was parallel with the ground.
Yo, but
that hit homeboy in the face mask.
Catch
Same thing with Tyreek Hill in the early in the game. Went through his hand.
It's like the rest of the team checked out, and he was the only one still playing.
Right. And there was an interesting stat. He ran for 497 yards before he threw the ball.
Yes.
How do you let your quarterback run for that many yards before throw and not catch? He was making phenomenal catches. And that's why the people who are saying that Patrick Mahomes is overrated and blah, blah, no, Denver was balling out with turf toe.
His crew just let him down.
And I don't know if anybody's had turf toe. I've never had turf toe, but people that have described it as one of the most debilitating things. He's a mobile quarterback, and you could even see on his runs, he wasn't running the same. This dude ran for almost 500 yards pre-throw with turf toe, making ridiculous throws that we have never seen before.
Yeah.
Right.
And it showed he's great already as a youngin. I mean,
right.
Yeah, and I don't feel that bad for him because he's young and he has plenty of more years to get back to where he was.
Oh, yeah.
Well, to that I'll say we also said the same thing about Russell Wilson after he lost to Tom Brady.
Well, he did make it twice, though. He did.
Yeah, he made it twice. But at the same time, we're saying, "Oh, that team is young. They got time. They'll be back." They haven't been back since.
And it's funny that you say that, Rob, because essentially, Eric Fisher is going to be out probably next season too. I mean, because when you think about the injury, the severity of it, he's probably not going to play next year either. So they have a gaping hole in that situation. You're hoping that the Tarvis Deneve, I forgot his name, the one that's in the doctor from Canada, he could be coming back. You would hope, but. The credit to Todd Bowles and his defense, the former Washington football safety, championship safety of the Washington football team, and he's in your neck of the woods from Elizabeth, New Jersey. I might quite add. Yeah. So what he did, and it was just smart. And it's funny because we talked about this on the show last week, controlling the vertical game of Kansas City. It's easy to say in theory. But executing is 100% harder than even the phrase of doing it, and they balled him up. And even to his credit, like Rob was saying, he was running for his life, but damn, he was still making throws. Like I'm to a point where a few little errant misses here and there. I mean, it would have been a little bit more of a different play if the guys would have caught the ball. But they did a great job, and that's funny because we figured for some odd reason like the dam was going to break on Todd Bowles' defense, and just one play gonna happen and just demoralize them. But I was just really shocked that Kansas City didn't come back in the second half as far as the adjustments. And I even said the Tyrann Mathieu and the Tom Brady exchange. Yeah, that let me know that defense ain't going. They're befuddled. Yeah. They can't come back off of that. And then our boy Rob, Rashad Breeland. He was a monster last year in the Super Bowl. For some odd reason, he was making some inexplainable penalties and kind of bonehead plays that help Tampa Bay offense kind of matriculate down the field. But credit to Tampa Bay, Todd Bowles' defense, Byron Leftwich, also offensive coordinator, doing this thing, and Patrick Mahomes, like I said, he's gonna be okay, but I don't know as far as will he ever get back to the Super Bowl again? Because like we said a lot of that, like you said, you talk about Russell Wilson, and even in our generation, Coach Fall and Miss Lewis, Dan Marino. Everybody thought Dan Marino would come back after the 84 the 85 Super Bowl, and he never went back. So
it's not easy to get there.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, let's put a bow on this. Mr. Lewis, let's wrap this one up, and then we'll go to commercial break.
Well, just to conclude, I would say that that the Chiefs did not look like a title defending team this go round, and I think everything else that needs to be said has been said.
Indeed, Rob.
Got nothing to add.
Coach.
Man, I'm done.
Yeah,
it was terrible.
Putting that up nice and good. Yo, big shouts to Lawton, Oklahoma. My brother Magic in the building. Thank y'all for your support. Everybody who's watching. Yeah, we having a good time. We'll be right back.
Well, I went to high school at as well. Salute.
Hey, yo. Straight out of Nabisco, bro, fam. We got the brand new cereals out this piece. Straight up for the holiday season in hip-hop, you know what I mean? We got Mackle S'mores. Yo, you ain't never had no Mackle S'mores before. We got 2 grains. What?
We got some Snoop Loops, and we got some Luda Crisps. You right, you darn right. It's the most delicious cereal killing food out there. You better go get you some. Get it right now. Matter of fact, I said, get it. Go get it. Get it right now. Right now.
And we are back. Oh no, I got a bunch of plastic. Can y'all hear that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, yo.
Yeah, I had to go to old
break.
school.
My
What's
man
up,
gave
Lou?
a shout out to Lawton, Oklahoma. Also want to give a shout out to one of my homegirls I went to high school with. One of my best friends. She just landed an extra role in the film with Isaiah Washington and William Forsythe. So, big up to her. Here she coming up in this acting world. Much love, Queen.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Progress, upwardly mobile, good things happening. So speaking of good things happening, what y'all feel about the MVP, Aaron Rodgers? Couch Coach.
I mean, he deserved it. I mean, 48 touchdowns. What more can I say? He earned it. Class 2002, stand up. Let's go.
We did kind of call that last week, though, didn't we?
Yeah.
See, we were savvy on that one. What'd you feel about that, Lou?
Hey, I'm still tight. TJ Watt got robbed, but Aaron Rodgers, like you said, the man deserved it. So
You still think he got robbed? I feel you, but yo, his time is coming, man. His time is definitely coming. Rob, what'd you think about it?
I wasn't a fan of it. I know that he was the presumed MVP the whole season. Yeah, he put up great numbers. But look at the teams he played. He did not play great teams this year. He didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, including even into because he played Tampa Bay once and they got stomped by Tampa, I believe. And same thing in the playoffs. I would have voted Josh Allen. What he's been able to do with that team was absolutely phenomenal. Okay. I'm a big Josh Allen fan. Anybody that knows me and him grew up probably about like 30, 45 minutes away from each other.
Okay.
So I followed him when he was at Firebaugh High School when he committed to Wyoming. So I've been a big fan of his for a while. I think he should have won it, even bias aside. I think Aaron Rodgers he played a lackluster schedule, and I know I'm gonna get heat for it, but look at their record against look at the teams that they played against. They were below 500 teams, the majority of them.
Hey, and don't worry about hot takes, man. This is the Candid Corner, bro.
This is Cruise Island. Oh, y'all let it heard Cruise Island. Cruise Island is with the hot take.
My G.
This is what we do. We tell the truth. And notice, nobody here was like, "Oh, you can't say that." Yo, yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Oh,
go ahead, Coach. Go ahead.
Oh, it's gonna be one discussion that me and Rob might disagree with, but we'll tease that a little bit. But yeah, we gonna get it going. We'll get it cracking. Trust me.
Oh, see, I'm excited already.
Ooh.
Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, right. All right, so we got that. Kevin Stefanski, Coach of the Year. Yay, nay. Lou, I'm gonna go with you.
I'll say so, but I would give it to Arians.
See, you feeling me from last week. They wasn't, but
I mean, after what you said, I had to take a step back and look at some numbers, look at some things, and I was like, yo, I can't help but to give it up, man. You know what I mean?
All right. Now, Steven waxed a little bit on Kevin Stefanski last week, and honestly, what you just did had me doing kind of the same thing. Like, all right, I can understand that. I mean, honestly, nobody was talking about the Browns, and he was supposed to have been hired last year, but instead they hired the Kitchens, which was a Brownsian move, I'll say. That was quite Brownsian of you. Yes. Yes, it was. It was. And yeah, indubitably Brownsian. So this time they finally get it right, and the proof is in the pudding. They had, for any team really, they had a great year. And to go from the befuddlement of the Hugh Jackson era to the wave of whatever it was after Hugh Jackson to finally a solid coach, I'm not mad at it. I do say Brucey should have got it though, but I understand the politics of it. So, all right. What you think, Rob? Rob over there meditating like Yoda.
Mr. Lewis, you think TJ Watt got robbed?
Oh,
let me introduce you to Mr. Ron Rivera.
Ooh.
Let me throw some numbers at you real quick.
Ooh.
It's the second guy that said that.
And this is completely because Bruce Arians didn't deserve it either. When you got a stacked team, you're supposed to do well. Let me throw some numbers at you real quick. A division winner, Kevin Stefanski was not. Beat the Steelers, Kevin Stefanski did not. And he had 2 tries. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. No, he didn't.
Because he
couldn't
was sick.
even beat their JV team.
He had COVID 1 week, so he was home.
But he won.
Oh, yeah, he did win.
Yeah. But he was sick. He won't deal.
He didn't win that playoff game. Yeah. He did not win that playoff game. 4 quarterbacks Ron Rivera had to go through. Almost 5. Played the Super Bowl MVP the toughest during his playoff run. No offensive weapons outside of Terry McLaurin. Antonio Gibson is good. He's not where he needs to be. He played good against very weak teams while battling cancer during the season. Kevin Stefanski had a loaded team, could not win the division, didn't even coach the playoff game that they won. How is that? So you're telling me having a stacked team with an established roster that you inherited is more impressive than going through 4 quarterbacks, beating an undefeated team while dealing with cancer? No. Ron Rivera should have gotten that award.
You win.
Okay.
Yo, your argument is thorough, my dude. Yo.
And what's the name? James said the same thing last week. And didn't you say something similar to that too, Coach, last week?
Well, no, my coach of the year was not Kevin Stefanski, but mine was Sean McDermott from Buffalo.
That's right.
But we also mentioned him as an honorable mention. Okay, Rob, Cruz Allen, I love you, brother. But I love you and Rob Rivera, but I just can't do that. I think he does. I think Kevin Stefanski deserves it. I get what you're saying. They were a stacked team. We still got to realize that this team was just as stacked at 6-10 last year. You bring the guy, which I thought was a big question mark, bringing Kevin Stefanski, even though he's been around in that Minnesota Vikings, administration for almost 15 years. So it was well deserved for him to come to Cleveland. But you look at what they've done, and this, they were 11-5. Literally, they were, a game away from actually hosting, win this division essentially. And then just consider the fact that they went to Pittsburgh and in a wild card and beat them. And even though Kevin Stefanski wasn't there, he was sick. But he had with a hit on there, tongue in cheek. But anyway, for that team to be 11-5, they actually finally lived up to that potential. And you would have thought last year, having your, Freddie Kitchens being the OC at one point in that season and upgrading him to the head coach, you figured that team was going to get a lot better. But they got worse in that 6-10, and then they ended up turning that into 11-5, and they came this close, which to his downfall. And I know this going to sound a little weird to say it, but if he would have went for that 4th down, that 4th and long, there could have been a possibility that they could have beat Kansas City. We think about, they had a great shot at beating Kansas City, but I just think he deserves it. Just a simple fact of he actually that team lived up to his potential. We're so accustomed to the Cleveland Browns being the Cleveland Browns, who are, what Joey Porter used to say, paper champs. Like they was the winners of the offseason for the last 2 years in a row, and they finally got everything together. 11-5. Kevin Stefanski in his first year, he deserves it.
It's a wonderful debate. It is a wonderful debate. But I will say it's kind of hard for me to vote for somebody who my team spanked both times that we went against you. Because Ron Rivera couldn't beat us.
But that was kind of BS, though.
Kyle Allen couldn't beat y'all.
Right.
Kyle Allen could not beat you guys. Alex, y'all were up 21-0 and lost and won 21-20.
Right.
When Alex Smith came in.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Allen couldn't beat you guys.
What was the last part of that sentence?
Kyle Allen could not.
No, the one before that.
You said the last part was the last
the
sentence.
one before that.
I don't know. I live in the here and now.
Yeah,
I live in
because
the present.
in the present you said we got the W, so and that is kind of
Yeah,
the point.
and y'all still couldn't get more than 7 wins in the division, and 2 of them were against us.
That's true.
All right.
Because your card we had, and if Peterson had not listened to his boss, perhaps that game would have been different. But we digress.
Hey,
It was
you gotta
singing night.
realize my wife is a Redskin, so she's gonna kick my butt.
It was singing night. We already established that
Split out.
last week, Coach Paul. It was singing night.
It was singing night.
Right.
That's I tell you what. That's still gonna stay, not for the giant factor, just for the weakness factor. That's always gonna be something that tickles me for the rest of my for the rest. All right. So, speaking of the Washington football team, they have a defensive rookie of the year.
yeah, we do.
So go ahead, brother, take it.
Hey, what can I say about this guy that has not already been said? The first offensive or defensive rookie of the year in the NFC East since Lawrence Taylor. And when you are in the same breath as Lawrence Taylor, you know you're doing something right. Yeah. There's a lot of people that weren't happy with because the dude from Carolina didn't get it. But when you go into a team that has the culture issues that they've had, you are made mid-season a captain. Somebody else that gets stripped, and without hesitation, it goes to you. Chase Young is 19, 20, maybe 21 years old, and this dude has proven that he is a leader on and off the field. When Heineke ran that ball in for a touchdown and dove and tore that muscle in his thumb, who was there? Chase Young, pointing at the name on his back, saying, "This is my guy. This is my dude." Say what you want about Chase Young. He's going to reset the market when he is up for a contract. He will. He has the potential. I'm not saying he's going to, but he has the potential to be the best defensive end this league has ever seen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yo, Lou, how you feel about him? He's not TJ Watt, I know.
TJ Watt did get robbed. I agree.
I can't disagree with nothing that man just said. Yeah, dude is impressive. I'm excited to watch him in the future.
All right.
Because LT was amazing to watch, and
Yes, he was.
anytime a man is compared to LT, it's like that's going to draw my attention because he's still my favorite defensive player of all time.
I mean, the son is a beast. That's just the realist. He is. He's just a monster. And if this is him as a rookie,
Scary.
so what you think, Cal?
Yeah, and like you said, he joins exclusive club. With Lawrence Taylor, the former University of North Carolina Tar Heel, I might add. But and the thing about Chase Young, he just brings that it factor. He's a leader. He's just a guy that just elevates his culture, his defense, his whole team. At the quintessential moment I fell in love with his ability is when he was out and we was playing Cleveland. He was so engaged in every play, talking to the quarterbacks, talking to everybody on the sidelines, and just cheering people up. So to me, even in that predicament where he couldn't do nothing on the field, he was doing so much stuff off the field on that sideline and being engaging, and that just lets me know how much of a leader he is. And even back into the playoff game as well. But then even in that Carolina game where it was 4th and long in that game, and Taylor came in, and who was the first one on the field trying, getting them revved up? Chase Young.
Yep.
And these type of things you just can't teach. These are not in a textbook. This is not not a course, not a YouTube tutorial. You can't even
Right.
look up the word leadership on YouTube.
Right.
He has it, and like you said, I'm just looking forward to what he brings to this team, and it's just going to be very exciting to see his leadership. And Doug, Jason, whoever's our GMs and everybody, back up the Brinks truck for this fella. Just do it. In the next few years, just back up the truck for him.
Yeah, he's gonna, and unfortunately, it's gonna cause us to lose Montez Sweat because they're gonna be due for a contract right around the same time. Montez Sweat will be due the year before Chase Young. But when you're gonna have to pick between those two, and unfortunately, right now, Chase Young you have to keep Chase Young.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we found that out the hard way in Madden. Right, Rob?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah.
My cap is. I have them both, but my cap is hurting right now.
I'm in salary cap hell, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, I've been sitting on it for like 2 weeks. Like, I've been sleeping on it. Like, what the hell?
What am I going to do?
Right.
Trying to figure out who else I can get rid of. I still got Landon Collins. I think I might try to trade him, but that's for another day.
Right.
Madden problems, y'all.
Thanks. It's a big deal.
So on the other side of the ball, we got offensive rookie of the year, Justin Herbert. Will, how you feel about Justin? That's how you feel?
I'm going to pass.
Okay.
I take it who likes the Herbert pick.
I feel it, though.
I mean, what?
He has
Justin Herbert won.
Yeah, hold on. I'm just having fun.
Didn't Justin Herbert win it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I get that's the thing. But I'm sorry, but we cannot ignore what Justin Herbert did. He broke the single season record for most touchdowns for a quarterback. He was gonna get it regardless even if Jefferson end up getting, I would say Stephon Diggs numbers, it still wouldn't equate it. It's just like it says it's a quarterback-driven league. But like you said, I do like Justin Jefferson. I think he was a one I really wasn't surprised. I figured he was going to be a 1,000-yard receiver. Mm-hmm. If you go back, you can look at our NFL preview from September 7th of 2020. I even said that. I figured he was going to be a 1,000-yard receiver, but I didn't think he was going to be that prolific. Like, he went off. Like, he even broke Randy Moss's record, which that's another thing, too, where and that's what's weird about it. It's almost like it should have been like Cole when we think about like the NBA where Jason Kidd and Grant Hill got it in 1 year. It should have been a Cole.
There you go.
But a part of me, you just can't ignore what Justin Herbert did. And just, I think he had 31 touchdowns in his rookie campaign?
I believe so.
And he literally is now the Prince of Inglewood, California. And I was dead wrong about Justin Herbert. So this is another mea culpa. I'm sorry, Justin. But you're the man. I was wrong.
Wow. Rob, hit him.
I don't love it. I will say that. I understand why, because like Coach said, you can't ignore what he did. Dude put up phenomenal numbers, partly because we are now in a heavy passing league, where it's pass the ball first. A lot of you don't have any more LaDainian Tomlinsons, Curtis Martins, nothing like that. It's all running back by committee. You got two solid running backs, you'll be all right. It's a very pass heavy league. I wanted Justin. I think Justin Jefferson should have gotten it. I mean, he did have he played. It's just the overvalue of the quarterback position in my eyes. Quarterback position is extremely overvalued. The MVP is not even an MVP anymore. It's just best quarterback. That's what we should call it, best quarterback award. Because if you're truly the MVP, there's no reason that the MVP, if it's a quarterback and the offensive player of the year, should be different people. That's basically what you're saying. You're the most valuable person, which means you're the best offensive player in the league. There's no reason those two should be different.
That's fair.
Good point.
That's fair.
But again, Justin Herbert, he balled out. I'm excited to see what he does in the future if he can keep it up. I expect a sophomore slump just because majority of quarterbacks do. But I think he'll be able to pick it up, and he's going to have a solid career. He'll be in the league for about 10, 12 years.
Okay. Now, you did just say something that it's all running back by committee.
For the most part.
The offensive player of the year may disagree. Because Mr. Derrick Henry.
Right.
But no, I was just using that as a segue, brother.
Teamwork. We had that planned.
Right on. But Derrick Henry, I said it last week. That was my guy. We did the whole Josh Norman thing. That was beautiful. I enjoyed that. And dude, he runs over people for a living, and he loves his job. You know, and I'm happy for him. I mean, he had a heck of a year this year. I mean, a renaissance year for running backs. It really was, as far as his performance was concerned. I mean, it was a great thing to see, especially if you love running game. It was a great thing to see. And salute Derrick Henry. Rob, hit it, because we having fun.
Derrick Henry is obviously the best running back in the league right now. We haven't really seen anybody like him. He is essentially a DN playing running back. When you look at his height and his build,
Earl Campbell was like the last one.
Yeah. Like there's not a lot of them. You know, look at him sized up next to Mark Ingram. Ingram looks like a child compared to him. And then defender, grown ass men. He's pushing grown men, not even just a quick stiff arm. He had Josh Norman feet off the ground.
We know
Thomas.
Yeah.
Oh, he put him on his back like a backpack.
He turned Earl Thomas into his lead blocker. Earl Thomas, Legion of Boom. Earl Thomas made him into a lead blocker.
Mm-hmm.
The dude, what he's doing right now is absolutely phenomenal, and I love it because I love the running back position. I'm not like Jeff Hunt, the Podfather. I love the running back position. This is my favorite position in the sport. And I love seeing what he's doing because dude is just so good at it. And when he runs, he's running fast, but it doesn't look like it.
No,
looks like he's going for a stroll. You make these guys look silly, and it's amazing.
Yeah. Fournette did a little bit of that in the Super Bowl. That run was a heck of a run.
Yeah, Fournette was.
But Derek does it like every Sunday.
Week in and week out.
You know what I mean? Like every Sunday.
Yeah.
What did you think, Coach?
Yeah, I'm well deserved. He joins an illustrious club, 2K, 2K season, and like Rob said, man, just imagine being he's a defense. He has a physique of a defensive end and can run like this, and run like crazy. And he's just a destroyer. Like it's almost like, hey, if he's in your way, you might want to get away because he might put you on the poster. And we talking football. And probably more than likely, a 95% chance that he will put you on that poster. And we're talking about football.
I've seen people leave little vigils on the football field, like how you do on the poles where the car crashes. I've seen little vigils all over the field once or twice after his games is over because he done ran over the guy.
Yeah, those type of he has demoralizing stiff arms to a point where you want to be on the boat with your brother.
For real. I'm playing tennis, man. It's ridiculous.
I digress. Pardon me, Coach.
For real. Nah, you crazy, man.
Get up and hit the showers immediately, huh?
You know what I mean? You know what? I'm done with this.
No, I don't know. What else thing coming out
Yo,
here?
remember that dude who retired on the field? What was his name?
Oh, Vontae
Davis.
You know what?
For Buffalo?
Yeah, I'm done.
That's Vontae, brother. Shout out to Vontae. Illinois University finest. Lil Vontae.
I have decided.
Shout out Devontae.
I ain't trying to take not one.
That's probably why he really retired.
To bite the top of my esophagus. I'm going to say good night.
Man.
That was bizarre. I remember that. That was bizarre, yo.
That was, yo. All right. Now on the other side of that, my choice from last week, because you know I'm savvy that way. My brother, my main man, Mr. Kirkland workouts himself, Aaron Donald. Will, what'd you think about Aaron Donald?
I think he's passing on this one too.
You passing on Aaron Donald, bro? Oh, okay. You know what? We're going to handle this right now. Tell us how you feel about the TJ Watt snub.
Not pleased. I repeat, I am not pleased.
I was waiting for someone. I can't stand it. He goes,
no, I'm not even going, yo, you know, I do my blood pressure all up like that. I'm just going to say, not cool, bro. Like the Black Lebowski, it's not cool, bro. It's not cool.
So
the
you
hell,
know,
man.
So they got it wrong. Yes, that's what that would mean. I understand. Rob, do you concur?
Somewhat. I would have given it to TJ Watt, but and I will say this. What Aaron Donald does from the inside is, again, unlike anything we've ever seen. TJ Watt usually have to deal with one guy coming off the outside. You can do a swim move, get him off you. Aaron Donald off rip has at least two guys on him, and he has to force his way through it. You can't swim move two defenders. You got to push your way through it. So, yes, TJ Watt led all, important defensive line statistical categories. So, yes, I do think TJ Watt was robbed, and I do think he should have gotten the award. But just like with Justin Herbert, you can't dismiss what Aaron Donald does and what he faces every single down. Dude's getting double, triple teamed every single down, and he's still wreaking havoc on quarterbacks. That's the only thing I would have to say. It's the only reason I could justify him getting the award. But again, TJ Watt did deserve it.
Yeah. And I agree. I agree with Rob. But I look at the fact, like, Aaron Donald won it, but it feels in a weird way like he deserves it, but it's almost getting to a point where we're getting defensive player of the year fatigue, I think. And like we talked about TJ Watt, because we looked at him having 15 sacks that led the NFL. We looked at that, was like, well, okay, all right. That, like you said, when we look at those type of player of the year type of numbers, it's really more so of a stat game, more so than anything. So that's the way I took it from that angle. But like you said, Aaron Donald is a phenomenal player. Like, it's to a point where if he continues on this pace, I mean, he might have some MVP votes. Not saying he's going to win the MVP, but I can see him having MVP, at least a few MVP votes down the line if he stays on this trajectory. But I definitely think that TJ Watt should have won it. But yeah.
And it's hard because we know what Aaron Donald is, and it's not. I agree with you to a certain extent. We're getting fatigued with the same person winning over and over, but it's also in a way becoming sort of a popularity contest. Yes. The way that Pro Bowl offensive linemen get Pro Bowls. I feel a lot of times those are just popularity contests. The ones that off the top of your head.
Cowboys. I'm sorry.
Hey, you said it, not me. But and we know what Aaron Donald is. We expect something out of him every single year, and he does produce. And again, I think it has to do a lot with the fact that he's doing it as an interior lineman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So to put a bow on that, for the most part, they got it right. We do have a couple of pieces that are what we like to call somewhat debatable, but we digress. Either way, it was good. It was a good season for the most part, other than the NFC East. But we gonna come back strong, baby. NFC East coming back strong. Washington gonna get a name. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna get a quarterback.
Y'all
gonna get another
quarterback.
division title.
The division
Have
title.
a Super Bowl appearance. Maybe a Super Bowl win.
Yeah, one
While
day.
the Giants are still figuring out their situation because Daniel Jones ain't the dude.
Yeah, he is, and we'll see.
Hey, bad joke of the evening. They're gonna have to go to the Wizards for a name.
No.
Oh, Dad.
No.
I love just being the Washington
Football team. I do too now. It's grown on me now.
The logo, the W is dope. I love it. I'm used to it by now, just being called Washington.
Okay.
I'll stick with it.
All right. I'm gonna talk to my wife about it and see what she say, and if she agree, then I'm gonna put my stamp on it too. Because I do watch y'all and respect y'all. Only team I really can't stand is the Cowboys. Let's just keep that.
Of course.
Who does it? Right. Correct. We all hate them.
We're all in a symphony.
Right. We all hate
Cowboys suck.
I mean, who likes
I just lost like 20 fans.
And man, hell, just imagine living in the city for 4 years with that energy. Lord,
I could never.
I could never.
Yeah, I can't live in
It's
Dallas.
almost like living in Columbus, Ohio, with a Buckeye fan.
I'll give it up.
Big shout,
The
Kev.
area, the city is dope, but no, I couldn't support the football team.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we gonna wrap tonight up because Lou and I are gonna be back in about 9 minutes for some more Candid Corner.
Yes,
But we definitely appreciate you guys for stopping by, and I definitely want to have you. Well, Couch Coach, you got a cot right over there on the side. You home. You know what I mean?
All right.
Rob, we gotta get you back. You know what I mean? Yo, we had a ball with you. I love your takes. You know what I mean? And I love your insight in the group chat and everything that you do for the network too, boss.
Appreciate that.
That's real talk. That's real talk.
Appreciate that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got Football and Chill podcast and Couch Coach Live podcast in the building. Check them out. Couch Coach Live. When are you on? Tell the people that.
Tuesdays, 8:00 Eastern Standard Time.
Bang, bang.
Appointment TV, baby.
Rob, when are you on?
So I will be debuting my own show for the network, Cruise Island. If y'all have not heard, go check.
Oh, that's
Make
you.
sure to keep in touch. Cruise Island's gonna be hot. I say, if y'all couldn't tell by this show, I stay with the hot takes. I'm debuting March 3rd. It will be every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, so 9:30 on the Right Coasters time. I'm very excited to start it. Please go check it out. Hit me up with your hot takes. Be sure to hashtag Cruise Island in it so I see it. I'm gonna pick the 3 best and the 3 worst from the week before and the week coming up. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm definitely excited. So thank you, and of course, thanks, Coach, for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no question, man. We family. That's what we do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, stick around. Go get some popcorn. Take a break. We're gonna come back, and we were gonna have more fun. But in the meantime, in between time, y'all have a great one, brothers. We'll talk to y'all later. Yeah, and y'all know I do all the production, so that's fun. All right, we out. We'll hit y'all in a few with a fresh new link and even more fun. We'll holla.
see you on the few.